are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, Cardi B teases that she is in the studio, recording her album. She did tease that she will be dropping an album next year to block Nicki Minaj because Titanic Records wants her to sabotage Nicki Minaj. Now, if you guys remember, a few weeks ago, she teased on, I believe it was Spaces, that another album was coming in 2026, okay? And, Titanic wants her to drop around the same time as Nicki Minaj. But let's take a listen to what she had to say a few weeks ago.
Well, first thing first, I see a lot of people asking for deluxe. I see you guys asking for deluxe and or asking to do a remix album like Charlie X or something. And unfortunately, I am not doing none of that. I'm not putting out a deluxe and I'm not doing a remix album. What I gave ya is what y'all getting. However, I want to put out a project out, another album in less than a year. So I'm really planning on that. I want a new era. I kind of know what I want it to look like. I kind of want, it's going to be different from Am I the Drama? And I kind of know what the directions that I want to take it.
So that's what she said a few weeks ago, and she recently has been spotted in the studio. So it looks like she is not backing down, even though she didn't surpass Nicki Minaj for Am I the Loser album. But, the third time is the charm. Will she be able to surpass Nicki for her third album? Okay. Now, Megan Thee Stallion also said that she wanted to work with Cardi B. So we're going to get a Megan and Cardi collaboration in 2026 and a Cardi B album. Now, moving on from that, Cardi B has decided to call Jeezy for the Every Time remix. She tweeted yesterday, looks like there's 100% chance of snow tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And everybody knows that she talking about Jeezy. Okay. Now, I feel like she's doing this as a distraction, not only to stay in the top 10 on Billboard, because, she is allegedly about to leave the top 10 on the Billboard 200 chart, but also from the fact that basically the original remix, remember the one with Scratch Off on it, just Scratch Off, because Scratch Off is on this remix too, but this is because a call dropped of her basically calling Scratch Off a coochie. So I feel like she's trying to do another remix so people could kind of forget about that, send a little distraction. But we ain't forget that you a fake ass bitch. Let's just keep it 1,000. That was very fake, and we're going to continue to call it out. Now, a lot of fans are also saying that, this is, subliminal shade of JT. I mean, JT had Jeezy on the OK remix. Okay, and now Cardi B get Jeezy on the Every Time remix. And in that song, she kind of throwing some shade at JT. Allegedly, that's at JT and Bia when she said, tell her to make a hit. She in the stew just wasting time. Okay, basically saying Bia and JT don't have a lot of hit records. But I feel like low-key she was trying to copy JT or throw some subliminal shade. And Jeezy hopping on this remix is just terrible, in my opinion. I feel like he didn't really add anything. I feel like the OK remix was better. But that's just my opinion. Now, moving on from that, Doja Cat's V departs the Billboard 200 chart for the first time ever, making it her shortest charting album, with only charting for 4 weeks. It's her most cohesive project, going by the ratings from music critics, okay? So let me know how y'all feel about it. I mean, only 4 weeks on the Billboard 200 album chart. Oh my goodness, y'all are embarrassing me. Why won't y'all support Doja? The album is pretty good. Like, y'all can't put one song in your playlist. Y'all can't support Doja Cat. Y'all really turned your back on Doja Cat and did not turn your back on Cardi B. Like, Doja Cat's project, in my opinion, was better than Cardi's. But it was more pop. It wasn't really a rap album. It's not rap, so we can't really compare. But I'm like, y'all supporting Cardi and not supporting Doja Cat, or maybe, just maybe, hypothetically, the payola ran out. That's what it's given. It's given that allegedly the payola has ran out for Doja Cat, and that's why she's flopping now. Okay? And even though I love Doja Cat, I do have to give her 50,000 lashings because of this, okay? Unfortunately, because I just feel like Doja Cat, you should be selling more and your songs should be on the charts. You shouldn't be flopping like this, regardless of what you're going through with the label. You shouldn't be flopping like this. Like, where are the kitty litters? They talk all this shit on social media, nowhere to be found streaming Doja Cat's music. This is ridiculous. Lets me believe that Doja Cat had payola the whole time, like she never was a really big artist. Because why all of a sudden you're flopping now? Now, moving on to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is manifesting her own Super Bowl halftime show. In a recent interview with US Weekly, she said, "The hotties know I love to put on a show, so I would just want to turn the halftime show into one big party. Come with some surprises and put on for my city." Megan Thee Stallion thinking that she deserves to perform at the halftime Super Bowl show is hilarious. It's going to be worse than when she performed at Kamala Harris' campaign event. It's going to be worse than that. Now, don't count Megan out, though. Camel Face does decide who performs, okay? And he might give Megan a chance. I don't see why he would go from Bad Bunny, Kendrick Lamar, Rihanna to Megan Thee Stallion. I don't see why he would go down. You're supposed to only go up. But maybe in the next 5 years, Megan will be bigger. I highly doubt it. I think her butt might get bigger, but I don't think she'll be bigger as an artist. No shade. But we never could fully count Megan out because Camel Face might put Megan on the stage. He might do a female rap halftime show and bring out Lil' Kim, Megan, Cardi B. Nicki Minaj, unfortunately, would have to stay at home because he doesn't mess with Nicki. Eve, he might do something like that where all the female rappers get to perform. But the problem with Megan Thee Stallion is that she don't have a lot of mainstream records. She got Savage, and that's about it. Okay, we talk about mainstream, what white people listen to. It's just that song with Beyonce on it. Okay? There's no other song that white people really know by Megan, and we can tell by the charts. Nicki technically is the only female rapper that should headline that Super Bowl halftime show, but unfortunately, due to her relationship with Camel Face, that may not happen. So I can see him being petty and calling Cardi, Megan, Lil' Kim, but it just wouldn't hit the same because none of them got the hits like Nicki. They don't got a super bass. Okay, they don't got a Starships. They don't got a Bees in the Trap. Okay? They don't have a High School, a Super Freaky Girl. It would really be a slap in the face to a lot of people at the Super Bowl and the fans. I just can't see Megan doing that by herself, in my opinion. I don't even think she could co-headline. Okay, so that would be interesting, but you never fully could count Megan Thee Stallion out because Camel Face does get to choose, okay? So if he feel like being petty, like he did with Champagne Thickums, he could have Megan perform, just like he had Kendrick Lamar perform. Okay? And then he allowed him to win 5 Grammys and win an Emmy for his Super Bowl performance. Okay? So you never know. Now, Tyla's on tour in Japan, and it seems as though she seemingly is copying Queen Bee or paying homage to Queen Bee. Tyla remixed Beyonce and her song We Wanna Party. Okay? And to be quite honest, it sounds like something that Beyonce would do on her tour. Even the visuals was kind of giving Beyonce. So let's take a look to see what Tyla Beyonce is doing in Japan. Now, some fans weren't happy about her remixing Beyonce's song and her song We Want to Party. But I feel like it sounds good, and to me it sounds like something Beyonce would do. Like Beyonce always does that, where she'll remix other people's songs with her song. She's done it with Big Sean, she's done it with DJ Khaled, Future, Kanye West. So I don't feel like what Tyla is doing is wrong. I think it's dope. I think her Chanel song is fire. I think that people gotta stop sleeping on Tyla, because she really is one of the ones. I don't feel like she's at superstar status yet, but I do feel like eventually she could possibly get there. Now, it's not really looking too good for Young Toilet Seat. Now, a few weeks ago, Pussyface Carisha was calling out Tyla because Tyla put out a song called Put Me in Chanel, and Young Miami has a song that she wants to put out called Put Me in Chanel, which she did in fact tease before Tyla teased her song. But allegedly, the streets are saying that Chanel, the brand, okay, did not let Young Miami drop her song with their name on it. Okay, now I think Tyla, her song is just called Chanel. I don't know if it says Put Me in Chanel, but I guess because Chanel obviously has trademarked the name, they own it, and Tyla is the face currently of Chanel with a few other celebrities like Kendrick Lamar and a few other models. They decide who can use their name in a song title. So you can't just say, you just can't put out a song called Chanel or Put Me in Chanel without getting their consent, because they have basically trademarked the name. Now, you can mention Chanel in a song, but you cannot use the name as a trademark until you speak with them. Okay? So they have stopped Young Pissy Face Bag, and a lot of people are clowning Carisha. Here's my thing. Tyla's Chanel song is a bop. Carisha's song is a flop. Tyla does more numbers than Carisha. Tyla's able to go overseas and tour. Carisha, the only thing she's doing overseas is getting her back blown out or getting peed on by billionaires. She's not touring overseas ever. Okay, no shade. Let's just be honest. We know what she probably doing overseas. Getting her back blown out. Is not no tour going on over there, because nobody wants to hear Carisha rap. So the proof is in the pudding that Tyla overall is a better artist. So it doesn't make sense for them to allow Pissy Face Carisha, and mind you, she is connected to Diddy. That might also be the reason why they don't want her using the song and their name that they trademarked in the song, because you tied to P. Diddy. Okay, that's not a good look for their brand. Okay, so in my opinion, they made their right decision, if this is true, and I don't feel bad for Pissy Face Carisha. She needs to sit the F down. Now, moving on from that, YG decided to diss Off the Cheat for whatever reason in his new song, okay, that he recently just dropped.
Offset real, so you know I'm doing fine. Step fine, digging in some shit from behind.
So the bars are Offset Brim, you know I'm doing fine, Stefan Diddy or Stefan Diggs or Stefan digging in something from behind. Okay, so basically he's saying that Stefan Diddy is hitting off the cheats current wife, soon to be ex-wife once the divorce gets finalized. But a lot of people are wondering, why is he throwing shots at Off the Cheat? Is it because Off the Cheat smashed Sweetie and YG smashed Sweetie? But my whole thing is, I hope that's not the case, because Sweetie would have smashed Off the Cheat before you, YG, just like she smashed Chris Breezy, Justin Combs, Michael B. Jordan, Keith Powers, Little Baby, all before you. Okay, so I don't understand how you just gonna throw shade at Off the Cheat. How comes you don't want no smoke with Fitz Breezy or Little Baby? Okay, like, that's my whole thing, is like, I feel like you can't really throw shit at Off the Cheat for that, because it's not like he's the one and only person that hit it, okay? And he hit it possibly before you, YG. No shade. So, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of trash, you know? I mean, she been with everybody. Quavo. She with the soccer player allegedly yachting and thotting in Dubai. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't make logical sense. I think YG trying to get a moment. You know, his career's on Floppiana, so he trying to go viral. And it worked. But I just don't think it logically makes sense, okay? If you wanted to go after somebody, it would make sense to go after Fizz Breezy, who he don't really want no smoke with, or Little Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of corny a little bit, in my opinion. You know, and Off the Cheat did deny sleeping with Sweetie, but you know he's a liar, because we all know he cheated, but he did deny it. So we'll see what happens. I just thought that was a little bit corny. But anyway, let me know whose side y'all are on. If you guys are on Off the Cheat side, or you guys on YG side, let me know in the comments. I'm neutral, because I don't like YG. I don't like Off the Cheat. I think that they're both clowns. And I feel like it just doesn't logically make sense for him to diss Off the Cheat because he smashed Sweetie allegedly, even though he denied it. And it's not like Sweetie hasn't slept with multiple people, you know, besides YG, in my opinion. So anyway, I got some very hot tea on Sydney Sweeney. The real issue with her and Zendaya on Patreon. I got some tea on D'Angelo, Nicki Minaj, and Taylor. Link will be in the description. I hope you have a great day.